This is The Many Sides of Voice Actor Radio. I've talked before, most recently in my review for Kageki Shoujo, about not liking celebrity culture and the idolization of people in the spotlight. That makes Seiyu Radio something of an odd pick for me to watch, but it all depended on how much it leaned into glorifying that culture and how much it accurately portrayed it. As it is, it leans into it, but in such a way that it never feels too off-putting. There are stories that touch heavily on the anxieties that come with any kind of public-facing performance, but it's all grounded within the worlds of the two protagonists. Those protagonists are Utatane Yasumi and Yugura Yuhi, two seiyus who are in the same class in school. Yasumi, real name Yumiko, is a gyaru who portrays a typical squeaky clean idol, while Yuhi, or Chika, is a quiet loner who acts as if she's outgoing and popular. The clashes of the two, and the clash between their real personalities and their alter egos, form the framework of the show here. Spoilers to follow, although honestly there isn't a lot to say on this one. The biggest problem in voice actor radio is that it feels rushed. The pacing is a little chaotic, especially early on, and it ends up hurting a lot of delivery. Things that need more of a build-up are over in no time, and the characters are wrapped up in conflicts before there's even a reason to care about them. One of the first arcs has the two protagonists reveal the contrast between their two selves, and a later one confronts the idea that both sides of those characters are parts of the true idol. But it's tough to get invested in those when we, as an audience, have barely seen those characters. Of course, that becomes less of a problem later on, once the show's had some time to establish them, but that's exactly the point. The early arcs lose a lot of impact with how quickly they're rushed into and rushed through. Something of a shame too, because the character dynamics are fun. Yuhi and Yasumi feel a little more creative than the average tsundere pair, most notably in that they seem desperately convinced that they actually hate each other, rather than just hiding their affections for each other. It sounds like the light novel handles the pacing pretty well from the comments I've seen and heard. It's a little baffling, their approach here too, because there's no good reason to rush ahead like this. It's more likely the show is poorly received because of it, and even if it's not, it means running the risk of catching up to the light novel, not being able to continue from here, and losing out on any momentum that this initial season builds. All of that said, it does build into things pretty well, and the narratives feel strong, if a little chaotic at times. It's just a shame that it takes a while to settle into a flow that works, because it's already lost a lot of people by that point. What's here is a promising start, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. It just needs a little more care to live up to that potential, and at this point, a bit of time to let the source material get further ahead, I suppose. If you like this video and want to read more of my reviews ahead of the video releases, or if you'd like to support me in making these, check out the links in the description, and I hope to see you here again for the next one.